Now class 12th, this is the new chapter, ratio analysis. Today we will discuss about the ratio analysis and their formulas, right? Ratio analysis. Ratio means relationship between two figures expressed in arithmetical terms is called a ratio. In other words, we can say ratio shows the relation between two figures which we can take from the balance sheet of the company and statement of profit and loss. Now you can express ratios in the following four ways. First one, in the simple ratio or rate or so many times. In percentage you can show, and you can show in the fractions. Right, these are the four ways by which you can show or express the ratios. One is your proportion or simple ratio, second one is your rate or so many times, third one is your percentage, and fourth one is fraction. Now before going for your formulas, we will check classification of ratios. Now you can get four ratios, you can learn the formulas under four ratios. One is liquidity ratio, second one is your activity ratio, third one is your solvency ratio, and the last one is the profitability ratio or income ratio. Right, now what is we will take the first ratio, liquidity ratio, firstly. And what is the meaning of liquidity ratio? It should be clear to you. Liquidity refers to the ability of the firm to meet its current liabilities. Right? These ratios are used to assess the short-term financial positions of the concern. They indicate the firm's ability to meet of current obligation out of current resources. Right? Now under this method, liquidity ratio, we will learn two formulas. One is this is the liquidity ratio. It refers to the ability of the firm to meet its current liabilities. Liquidity ratio include the ratios. The first one ratio is current ratio, we can call it working capital ratio. Right now the formula to find out the current ratio is current assets upon current liabilities. And the second formula is your quick ratio, we can call it liquid ratio or acid test ratio. And the formula to find your liquid ratio, liquid assets upon current liabilities. Right, now simply if you are not able to learn the formula, if there is chance to forget it, तो हम एक काम कर सकते हैं, अल्फ़ाबेटिकल वे में ए पहले आता है और एल बाद में आता है. So we can learn the formula current assets upon current liability or liquid assets upon current liabilities. Right, current ratio is equal to current assets upon current liabilities, and the liquid ratio is equal to liquid assets upon current liabilities. Now before that, it is very important to know what is the meaning of current assets. Right now, current assets are the assets which are likely to be converted into cash or cash equivalent within 12 months from the date of balance sheet or within the period of operating cycle. In same manner, it should be clear to us what is the meaning of current liabilities. Current liabilities are the liabilities payable within 12 months from the date of balance sheet or within the period of operating cycle. Right? Now, simply we can take the form values to find out the current assets. You can check your balance sheet, company's balance sheet you can take, and when you will learn the company balance sheet format, so you will get over there, we will get only two assets over there. One is current asset, one is non-current assets. We have to take over here only the current assets. और करंट एसेट्स में हम कौन कौन सी चीज़ें लेते हैं, We can take over their current investment. We will take over their BR, bills receivables, sundry debtors. बट सन्ड्री डेटर्स वो जिनमें से प्रोविजन फॉर डाउटफुल डेट्स माइनस कर दिए गए हों, राइट. माइनस करने के बाद वी विल टेक व्हाट, सन्ड्री डेटर्स, जिसमें से प्रोविजन फॉर डाउटफुल डेट्स माइनस कर दिए गए हों. नाउ सेकेंड वन इज योर कैश इन हैंड, कैश एट बैंक, checks, draft in hand. We can take in current assets, short term loan advances. We can take prepaid expenses, accrued incomes and tax paid in advance. One more thing is there, current investment we can take for your current assets. But when you will take the inventories for your current assets, in that case you have to deduct your loose tools and stores and spare parts, because at the time of calculating inventories for current assets we assume these things are fixed assets, right. Now second one is your current liability. In current liability we will take short term borrowings like your bank overdraft, trade payable, that included bills payable and sundry creditors. We will take other current liability like your outstanding expenses, unclaimed dividend, call in advance, interest accrued or borrowing incomes received in advance, accrued interest on borrowings, income received in advance, right, and short term debts. We can take provision for tax also for the current liabilities. Now second formula is your quick ratio. Current liability will be same, but when you will calculate liquid assets you have to do only one work. Out of current assets you have to deduct two items. One is prepaid expenses and one is your inventory. But inventory we will take only those inventory will take over here इसमें loose tools, stores and spare parts नहीं होने चाहिए, because we will assume these are the fixed assets. Clear? Now come to the second ratio. Now it is activity ratio. In activity ratio, what is the meaning of activity ratio? The first thing, these ratios are calculated on the basis of cost of revenue from operations, cost of revenue from operations or revenue from operations. Therefore these ratios are also called as turnover ratios, right. In your activity ratio we have the first formula, inventory turnover ratio. Inventory means stock, and the formula is your inventory turnover ratio is equal to cost of revenue from operations upon average inventory. Cost of revenue from operations means cost of goods sold. Now firstly we have to know it how we will calculate cost of revenue from operations. For that we will use the formula, cost of revenue from operation is equal to opening inventory plus purchases minus purchases returned plus direct expenses minus closing inventory. We can use one more formula to find out your cost of revenue from operation, that is net revenue from operations minus gross profit. At the time now second part we have to find out average inventory. Average inventory is equal to opening inventory plus closing inventory divided by 2. After getting these two items we will put the values and get the answers in times. Second formula in activity ratio is trade receivable turnover ratio. Trade receivable turnover ratio means the combination of BR and debtors Debtors means those persons by whom you have to receive the amount in future on the behalf of credit sale. Credit sale or credit revenue from operation, because total revenue from operation is equal to cash revenue from operations plus credit revenue from operations, right? So we will take only here credit revenue from operations, because the trade receivable is equal to BR plus debtors, that is trade receivable, right? Now firstly we will find out credit revenue from operation. If you want to find out credit revenue from operation, if the condition is given in the question, so simply we will take total revenue from operations minus cash revenue from operation is equal to credit revenue from operations. Credit revenue from operations. Now we have to find out trade receivable. If the only debtors are given, so we will take opening debtors plus closing debtors divided by 2. If the BR and debtors both are given, so in one bracket we will take opening BR plus opening debtors, plus in second bracket we will take closing BR plus closing debtors divided by 2. If the only debtors or only BR is given in the question, we will take it as average trade receivables. Now the next point is your trade payable turnover ratio. Trade payable turnover ratio is equal to net credit purchases upon average trade payable. Trade payable is the combination of creditors and BP. Creditors and BP. Creditors are those persons to whom we have to pay the amount in future on the behalf of credit purchases. Right? How you will take out the credit purchases? It is the big question. How you will take out the credit purchases? It is big question, right? So the formula will be your total purchases minus cash purchases is equal to credit purchases. Or we can take the formula total purchases minus cash purchases minus purchases return we can take. Now we have to take now average trade payable. We can find out average trade payable like this: opening creditors plus closing creditors divided by 2. In one bracket we can take opening BP plus opening creditors bracket close plus sign. In other bracket we can take closing BP plus closing creditors upon 2. If the closing creditors or closing BP is given there, so we can take all those items as average trade payable in the question. Now come to the next point, that is your working capital turnover ratio. Working capital turnover ratio is equal to revenue from operations upon working capital. Now working capital turnover ratio is equal to revenue from operations upon working capital. You know it very well. What is the meaning of revenue from operations? Total revenue from net revenue from operation is equal to cash revenue from operations plus credit revenue from operations minus credit from revenue from operations return. Now for the working capital we will use the formula working capital is equal to current assets minus current liabilities. Working capital is equal to current assets minus current liabilities. Now the next heading is your solvency ratio. What is the meaning of solvency ratio? What is the meaning of solvency ratio now? These ratios are calculated to assess the ability of the firm to meet its long-term liability as and when they become due. Again I am telling you, these ratios are calculated to assess the ability of the firm to meet its long-term liabilities when it become due. Now under your solvency ratio, we will take the first formula, that is debt equity ratio, and the formula is your debt equity ratio is equal to long term debt upon shareholder fund. For this it is important to learn your format of the balance sheet of the company. Shareholder fund is a part of your liability in the balance sheet, under which you will get now class 12th. Now we will discuss the solvency ratio. Solvency ratio, that means these ratios are calculated to assess the ability of the firm to meet its long term liabilities when it become due. Under the solvency ratio, we have the first formula, that is debt equity ratio. Debt equity ratio is the first formula, long term debt upon shareholder fund. Now what is the meaning of long term debt? Right now, these include long term borrowings and long term provisions which mature after 1 year, and many examples are there, like debentures, mortgage loan, bank loan, loans from the financial institution, and the public deposits. All these are long term debts. Now the next one is your shareholder fund. Shareholder fund is a part of your balance sheet. When you will prepare the balance sheet of the company, you will get first heading equity and liability. Under that you will get shareholder fund. Under that you will get what? Share capital and the reserve and surplus basically. And then you have non-current liability and current liabilities. In asset side you have non-current assets and current assets, right? Now in shareholder fund we will take two things. One is your share capital and the second one is your reserve and surplus. Share capital means the capital of equity shares and the preference shares. Reserve and surplus means capital reserve, security premium reserve, journal reserve, and the balance in the statement of profit and loss. Right? After getting all these two items, you will put as in the formula and get the answer. Second one, your debt to total asset ratio. Again, now debt to total asset ratio is equal to long term debts upon total assets. Long term debt upon total asset. Long term debt formula will be same, but total asset is equal to non-current assets plus current assets. For the shareholder funds, we can take one more formula, that is non-current assets plus working capital minus non-current liabilities also. Right? Now the next formula is your proprietary ratio. That is, the formula is your shareholder fund upon total asset. You know it very well how you will find out shareholder fund and how you will find out total assets. Right? The last formula is your interest coverage ratio. To find out interest coverage ratio, the formula is your profit before charging interest and income tax upon fixed interest charges. When we will go through the practicals problem, तो उस समय ही हमें ज़्यादा कुछ समझ में आएगा. So firstly you have to learn the formulas, and finally we will go for the profitability ratio or income ratio. There we will study the formulas. The first formula will be there. What will be the first formula? Gross profit ratio. Second one is your operating ratio. Third one is your net profit ratio, operating profit ratio, and earning per share. We will not study this time price earning ratio and return on investment, because these two are not in your syllabus this year. Right? तो अभी आपको इसको लर्न करना है, then we will discuss through the practicals. Till then, bye bye.